Goalkeeper Bill Hamid was the first ever homegrown signing for DC United. He was born and raised in the nearby suburb of Annandale, Virginia. And with that, he says, comes a commitment to this community for life.
Born and raised in the community, I think that the responsibility I have is so big, it's so huge. And when I connected with Becky and kind of got a gist of what her nonprofit was about, I said, this is the one.
So today, as we then start talking about consent as well as sexual assault.
So I started MediCode really as a solution to the problem that we are seeing today. Addressing basically violence of women and girls is often considered the duty of women and girls. We haven't invited men and boys to the conversation.
If you're ever in a position where you feel like you're gonna make a bad decision, find something, a hobby, anything that will calm your mind, ease your mind. Take a step back, make the right decision, and you won't end up in any sort of trouble.
Is it something that's discussed in the locker room?
I think it's something that's discussed when you see something. If that knowledge could be instilled a little more often into the younger professional athletes, I think that throughout the course of time, you'll probably see less cases of sports and domestic violence.
We really try to first obviously get the buy-in from the coach, because the coach is obviously the leader and the mentor for these young men. And then we are able then to get into the school program.
This is the second year with Becky. So when I became head coach last year, the first person I called was Becky, and I wanted Becky Fund over here. And we covered everything from healthy relationships to domestic violence, of course, as well as just understanding masculinity.
Getting a visitor like Bill Hamid from DC United for this football team here at Ballou is a really amazing opportunity, because it allows these young men to sort of see what is possible.
1, 2, 3,
Very important that they can see and feel advice from someone that that went through the same struggles they went through and made it through, and now coming back to provide some good information for them.
The goal is to get programs like Men of Code into more schools, and that requires fundraising. Becky's Fund has their annual fashion show, Walk This Way, where Bill, along with other professional athletes and local celebrities, strut their stuff.
1 in 3 women are affected by domestic violence, 1 in 4 men, yet we still don't talk about it. It's really more than now really important to have an event like this to bring people together from all different facets of life, because all of us have to work together really to change the statistic.
I mean, the fashion show is a great event. I think it's so special to see all these people come together for such a great cause. When you wear the clothes, you wear it with pride, you wear it with dignity. You go out there, you walk on the runway and you say, I'm supporting this cause. I feel good, I look good, and pay attention to this cause because it's the right thing to do.
I never talked about it before, and after the first time that I really spoke about, my experiences and being a domestic abuse survivor, I've had people just coming up to me and starting these conversations.
And you got involved with the fashion show Walk This Way last year for the first time?
Actually, 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's heavy stuff. So to be able to bring in these athletes that are looked up as role models, that are having fun with them and being open and honest and starting these conversations, I think it makes all the change in the world.
I've always and will always be a part of Becky's Fund because I thoroughly believe in the message. For me to be able to stand in front of them and speak to them and kind of give them just a little bit of my insight on life, I think is special, and I'll just try to give back.
The lessons you have taught me about what it truly means to be a real man will never be forgotten. I promise I will always stay a man of code.
You're not at fault, so talk to your family, talk to people that you love and care about you, and take the necessary steps to figuring out a solution.
Bill's biggest message is there is help. If you or somebody you know is experiencing domestic violence, you can go to beckysfund.org and click Get Help. We'll see you on the next edition of Beyond the Stands.